Good morning. Can anyone hear me out there? Before I get started, I just want to make sure that my volume is up loud enough and that you can hear me. So if someone could just put in the chat if they can hear me, that would be great. Okay, thank you, Miss Punsley. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to what I call the Rodgers Remix, just weekly moments of updates to just try to make sure that there's some open dialogue between the school and the community. Um, Today, I have two extraordinary co-hosts with me today. I have the sixth grade assistant principal, Mr. Brunson. I see you told me in your chat that you can hear me, Mr. Brunson. So thank you for being here. And the sixth grade counselor, Miss Bischoff. So if you are a sixth grade family out there and you have any questions, they're here and they're ready to answer any of your questions that you have. Also, as I kind of talk with you for a moment, the two will be in there answering any questions that you have for me. Um, Last week we discussed participation. I shared some tips on how to be a successful student, and I hope that was helpful. And I charged you to enroll your students into one of our clubs that meet every Friday, which is today, from 2 to 2:30. Students just simply need to go to their Colts Connection link. So just kind of remind the boys today to go to that Colts Connection link to get a list of the clubs and the proper Google Meets code to join. And it's pretty much just that simple. Today, I'll talk about our participation percentages again, but I'll also talk about our newly found Fall City Medical Society partnership. I'm pretty excited about that. And we'll talk about grades, and I'll share some tips on how to increase grades for those that maybe need those tips and share with our young men. Our participation, I'm pretty excited to share. It increased from 80% to 83%. So thank you, families, for making sure that your young men are coming to class and that they're turning in their assignments. Now, grades have been posted. We did send that out this week to you, so make sure that you go to Parent Portal today to view the updated grades. Give me just a second. I think I actually have a link to that Parent Portal steps that you need to take. I think Mr. Brunson created that link for us. So thank you, Mr. Brunson. I think I have it because I want to kind of throw it in the chat for you so that if you need that link and if parents watch this later, they can get to it. I'm not sure if that linked or not. But if not, I'll have Mr. Lucas go ahead and send that back out again, just so if you need some help on how to set up your Parent Portal account, that you'll have those steps that Mr. Brunson set up for us. That way you can also not just check the grades, but kind of keep up on your students' assignments and make sure that they're completing any missing assignments. I know it's Friday and sometimes kids rush to get done with the day, but kind of make them go back, kind of look at their assignments for the week before they kind of start their weekend. And as we're talking about grades, just kind of want to share a few of those tips for you. Just make sure that your young men is attending class each day. It's very important that they're participating, they're getting that, one-on-one with their teacher to kind of figure out how to complete those assignments. Kind of make sure that they are completing those assignments and turning them in. They can also attend their teacher's office hours. Every teacher at Olmsted, they have office hours. And so students can go in and you can go with them, families, to ask any questions, get any help. But one of the biggest things is I want you to start getting in the routine of having them sit down for at least 2 hours a day, working on their assignments or just simply studying and going back over some things. That will really help. I remember when my kids were younger, just making sure we even set a timer. And that was a time that we just called it an educational drop time at home. And when that timer went, as I said it, I just grabbed a book, or if my son needed to complete an assignment, or if my daughter needed to study, that's just kind of what we did in those 2 hours. So if you get in the routine of kind of doing that, then that definitely will help increase those grades. As I talked about earlier, I kind of want to share with the community our new partnership with Fall City Medical Society. I'm sorry. This is a nonprofit organization, and it's made up of local doctors of color whose primary focus is to ensure exposure to the medical field for our young men and support those curiosities when it comes to science. I know we had a meeting yesterday, and we kind of talked about the importance of making sure that we're exposing our young men and making sure that they have the proper opportunities to just kind of go to the next level and make sure that they have what they need as a whole student. So I'm excited about the Fall City Medical Society partnership. The plan is to have them meet once a month with our young men and share their experiences. This group is filled with all types of different doctors. I know that when I had a conversation with just one to start this partnership, they just kind of talked about the different levels when it comes to the field and things that you just kind of didn't think about. So I'm pretty excited to be able to share that information with our young men as well. They have promised that once we kind of fulfill the partnership, that they will pay for one live pulse of surgery session. And what that is that our young men will have the opportunity to watch a live surgical procedure. And it will be followed by a Q&A session with the surgical team right then and there. So I'm pretty excited about that opportunity. And basically, I'm just asking that you kind of share this information with our young men so that if they're interested in this opportunity, they just simply need to join the science club. And as I talked about earlier, those clubs are starting at 2:00 today, and that they just simply need to just click in, use the correct code, and get in there. And if they're interested in partnering with the Fall City Medical Society, then make sure that they join our science club. As always, I kind of don't want to hold you long. I want the Rodgers remix to be not only me giving you some updates and some information, but me answering any questions that you may have. So I'm going to take the time to kind of look in the chat and kind of see if anybody has any updates. We will not meet next week here live for the Rodgers remix. We'll meet next week, the following week, which will be the 2nd of October at 10 a.m. So I kind of want to make sure that you know that. But I'm going to check the chat to see if there's any questions. I'm pretty sure the 6th grade team has handled any questions if anybody has one. Thank you, Miss Brown. I see your question, but Miss Bischoff, just like I thought, would be right on it. Thank you, Miss Punsley, for going ahead and answering that question as well. Does anybody have anything else? Miss Bischoff, if you have anything you want to kind of throw in the chat, or Mr. Brunson from the 6th grade team, you can do that as well at this time. Okay. Well, I don't see any more questions. I want everybody to have a great weekend. It is Friday. Don't forget to make sure that you remind our young men to join the clubs. They're from 2 to 2:30. I'm going to kind of tune in and kind of check out and see what they're doing. And I guess I will see you October the 2nd at 10 a.m. Have a good day. Bye.